Hey folks, welcome back. Now we're at chapter 12, the advanced tutorials, and we're going to talk about creating page-specific components. I'm going to create this one tutorial that's going to cover all of the different components that we use in the site. The reason being is because of the way we've structured the template, you can create a component and put it into a specific page in your site, and that component will display whatever it is you want it to display: different images, different information, a different text, that sort of a thing. In this example, we have a primary layout in our site, and in that primary layout we have the main Nevo slider component. We want to replace or display different images in that different layout. So we have our main page with our Nevo slider, or that's going to display a certain set of images. And on this other page, which also uses the same primary layout, we want it to display basically different images in that page than we display on our primary page. So let's just jump into our editor and show you what I'm talking about. I have an index page which uses the primary layout, and I have a tournaments page which also uses the primary layout, but I want to display different pictures in my tournaments page than what's seen on the index page. How do I do this? Well, a couple of things. Let's first of all go through the process. A component is loaded in through an include or a library page. So you simply need to make a duplicate of that library page, and then you need to embed that into the page where you want it displayed. So process or part number one is we go into the library folder. We find where our component is. It doesn't really matter the name of the folder as long as you know which component it is that you want to change. In this example, it's the Nevo slider, so we'll just simply open up that folder. We have a Nevo slider page. Make a copy of this page. Simply select it, edit, copy, edit, paste, and rename it. Now, the way I rename things is I would rename it to match the name of the page that it's going into. So Nevo slider dash tournament, just like that. Okay, part number one. Okay, now obviously updating the images in your tournaments page or in your duplicate page is exactly the same as you would update for the original Nevo slider page. Just replace your images and go forth like so. But now that we've created our second instance of our Nevo slider component, we go into our actual page, and here's what gets easy. We simply switch to code view. We scroll on down to the header of the page, and it's all labeled in here nicely for you. Right, here's our Nevo slider. Now let's make a little bit of room here. And you see where it says Nevo slider.htm? Well, all we're going to do is replace the Nevo slider.htm page with the name of the page that we've created as the duplicate. And to make sure we know what we're doing here, or a quick and easy way, is just to sort of double click on that to get it to the rename function. We copy, and we come over here, we find our Nevo slider, we select the name of that page like so, and then we paste. And that's it, you're done. Save to update. Now any changes you make to the Nevo slider tournaments page will now be reflected in the tournaments in this example page that I have here, because we've now linked it into the code here, into the include code, or webblock code, in place of what we had originally. Now don't forget, you can do this with any library component you have in your site. You can create a different text logo, a themed object, a Nevo slider small, a logo tagline, a news ticker. It's all up to you. You have a lot of freedom in what you can do, and you can really be flexible with the number of different includes and whatnot that you want to go with.